After many years of disappointment, Arsenal are finally back in the title picture, but back-to-back seasons they have missed out to Manchester City, but they've had a very underrated transfer window, so it's the perfect time to rebuild them, bring in some excellent players and take them that one step further and actually get our hands on the Premier League trophy for them. We'll also try our best in the Champions League and see what we can achieve there. But it's the Arsenal rebuild. If you are excited, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and let's get straight into the rebuild. As you can see though, we've got the players that they've bought in real life. So we've got Sterling, and I think he will be key for us in massive moments. And then we've got Marino. Once again, I think he will be key for us. Him and Rice next to each other could be different levels. And then finally, Calafiori, Mr. Aura himself. Just a good young centre-back with a lot of potential. And with them in the starting 11, this is how the team is looking. It's a pretty bog-standard Arsenal team, but Marino slotted into the midfield instead of Partey or Jorginho. Again, like I said, nothing too special at the minute, but I think left back is where we're going to make our first upgrade. I don't think Zinchenko is going to improve massively, but to bring in a first team left back, we do have £124 million in the budget. So definitely enough for a left back and maybe even a couple other players. But we're going to need those players because they want us to win the Champions League, the League, and also the FA Cup. They want us to win the treble in our first season. That's such a big ask. Looking at the squad depth though, we definitely need some more signings than just the left back because the squad is actually really lacking some depth. There is Tomiyasu and Kivior, but other than that, it's all basically youngsters. But before we talk about bringing anyone else in, we have listed up 4 players. So firstly, Partey at 30 years old and 84 rated. I just think basically Marino is taking his spot next to Rice. I don't think he's going to get many minutes, so I'd rather cash in. £30 million value as well is decent. Zinchenko, already explained why we're getting rid of him. Jesus, for now he's listed, but this may change in the future because I think I might want to bring in a striker, and I'm not sure if Jesus will be happy playing basically a rotation role. And then Tomiyasu, with Timber there, with Calafiori, I just don't think Tomiyasu is going to be getting too many minutes. They've basically taken his role. So those are the 4 players that I've listed up. But remember how I said, looking at this team, I want a left back. We've gone and sealed one. And we haven't just sealed one, by the way. We've got Alejandro Balde from Barcelona for £62.5 million. Obviously, Barcelona have money issues in real life, and I think that's why we were able to get this deal done. £62.5 million for such a young player might sound like a lot, but look at him. He can play left back, right back, left mid, 19 years old and already 81 rated with 91 pace. He is going to be so exciting and an absolute game changer for us. I'm really looking forward to using Balde. And just as quickly as we gain someone, we do lose the player that he's replacing. Zinchenko's seen Balde come in and thought, you know what, I know my place. And he's gone to West Ham for £22.9 million. So after all that bit of business, we now have a budget of £82 million. Definitely enough to bring in an extra player or 2. I did say I might change my mind about Jesus, and I already have. We're going to actually transfer this to Havertz instead, because basically, I think he might be a little bit useless for us. And I'd much rather bring Jesus off the bench. So, Jesus is going to stay. Havertz, hopefully, is going to go. But someone else that's already gone is Thomas Partey to Aston Villa for £35.2 million. That is an absolute steal from us, by the way. A 30-year-old for £35 million, I will definitely take. And now looking at the DM position, I think there's room for one more, but it's got to be a youngster. Jorginho is getting on. Marino's not the youngest. He's not overly old, but he's still not the youngest. So a 4th choice DM who's really young, I think could be perfect for us. And £119 million in the budget is definitely enough for a couple youngsters. And talking about youngsters, we've managed to secure a deal for Benjamin Sesko from Leipzig for £35 million. Obviously, there's a lot of hype about him in real life. He's been linked to Arsenal as well, so we thought we'll make it official. And look at him. He's 6'5" with 83 pace at 20 years old. Him and Jesus can just play a little role where one game he starts, one game Jesus starts. He can learn off him. I think basically that is going to be absolutely perfect for us. And in terms of other players that we might need to sign, if you actually look down at the bench, Timber can play right back and centre back. Calafiori can play left back and centre back. So the backup in defence is absolutely solid. Got Jorginho, an experienced DM. Then got Trossard for the 10. Can also play out wide. Jesus up front, mixing up with Sesko and Martinelli for the wing as well. So I thought, why not have a look at the academy? If we want a youngster, that's where all of them are sat for free. And I might have found the worst youngster in the entire game because Yoon Soon Han is 15 years old, so he can't be too harsh. He's still only a kid. but he's 36 rated with a max potential of 66. That just seems absolutely pointless. At best, he's going to be a League 2 player. But on a more positive note, let's have a look at some players that I think are going to be key in Season 1. So firstly is obviously William Saliba. He's 22 years old, already 85 rated. He's so comfortable on the ball, such a solid defender, and he'll probably score a few goals for us as well. Next is Declan Rice, their big signing from last season. 87 rated, 24 years old. He's just going to be one of the best midfielders in the entire league. There's no doubt about that. And finally, another one of the best midfielders in the league is Martin Odegaard. 88 rated. He's so flary. His passing range is unbelievable. And he'll score a few goals as well. We have actually managed to seal a deal for Tomiyasu to go to Chelsea for £18.2 million, which again, I think is a very good deal for us and also Chelsea. Tomiyasu is a decent player. And that leaves us with £98 million in the transfer budget. And obviously remember, I said we need a young DM, and we've actually gone and signed Gorna Duaf. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it, from Salzburg for £6.5 million. And Salzburg produce ballers, so we know he is going to be good. And look at him, 73 rated at 20 years old, and his stats are very solid. He could be a very good defensive midfielder for us in the future, and he's still good enough to get some minutes now at 73 rated. But I mean, look at our signings. There's a very clear objective here. Sam Balde, Sesko, and Gorna Duaf. There is youth throughout this team now, and this is our final team. So Raya in goal, Ben White at right back, 82 rated, solid. Saliba and Gabriel, what a partnership they are in real life, and I'm sure they will be on this. Balde at 19 years old on the left back, absolutely love him. Rice and Marino as a duo, I'm very much looking forward to. Saka, we all know about Starboy. We haven't mentioned him yet, but we all know what he can do. Then Odegaard in the middle, going to be creating everything for us. Sterling on the left, I'm very excited to use him. And finally, Sesko up front could be key for us. Hopefully, he can bag a lot of goals and get our hands on the Premier League trophy. We have actually managed to get Kai Havertz to leave to West Ham for £51.4 million. This is a player that's not in our plans at all. So 50 plus million is an absolute steal from us, leaving us with £153 million in the budget. And all we need now is a backup goalkeeper, because obviously Ramsdale's gone in real life. And we've decided James Trafford from a relegated Burnley for £5 million. Fits our bill perfectly. And in the first half of the season, Odegaard and Rice really ran the show. Rice in his defensive work was absolutely fantastic, and Odegaard actually started finishing some chances in massive moments. So all in all, first half of the season was good. And as you can see, we are top after 22 games. And not just top, we're top by 6 points, with Spurs being the one battling with us, and Man City are down in 5th. So surely we're guaranteed to finish above City, but you never know. But I'm stopping here halfway through because we could actually do this first season. Usually it takes a couple seasons, but if you look at this team we've actually built now, because of the youngsters, Balde's up to 83, Odegaard's up to 90, Sesko's up to 81, we could actually complete this first season. We're going to leave the Champions League as a surprise for the end of the season. Looking back at that team, I think if we sign potentially a left winger, because that's the only position which feels a bit of a downfall now, and to do so, we've got £147 million in the bank. So we've decided to sign one of the world's best wingers. From Napoli, it's Kavicha for £137.5 million. And he is an absolute joke of a player. But more importantly, I think he's going to be massive in key moments for us. And look at him in that team. It is so good. And Sterling on the bench just makes the bench look even stronger now as well. But you've seen the team. Hopefully, Kavicha will be the one to carry us to the league title. But let's carry on with season 1, and I'll see you at the end of it. Let me tell you, in the second half of the season, there were massive moments. Gorna Duaf had an amazing moment in the Champions League. I'll get into that shortly. But as you can see, we've won the league first season by 10 points. Only 86 points, which in nowadays isn't a crazy point tally. But I'm more impressed by the fact that Man City are in 5th with only 67. We haven't just beat Man City. We've done it by almost 20 points, which is absolutely smashed what I expected for season 1. But let's enjoy this for a second, taking the celebrations, lifting the Premier League trophy before we check the Champions League. It is so impressive. We've managed to complete that first season. 5 draws, 6 losses, and the trophy lift just means everything to the players. But back to reality, the Champions League is still on the cards, okay? So the group stage, we managed to breeze past it relatively easy. 13 points, top the group. And then round of 16, we managed to beat Benfica very convincingly there, 5-2. In the quarters, this is where the Gorna Duaf moment happened. So we won 4-1 on aggregate in the second leg with the massive Gorna Duaf winner, making us win 4-3 on aggregate. And in the semis, we beat Bayern Munich 5-2. We made absolutely light work of so many massive teams, meaning we are facing Manchester City in the Champions League final. We absolutely thrashed them in the league on points tally, but maybe they were full send in the Champions League all season. It's going to be a massive game. The players need to show up for the big moment, but I think we can honestly do it. But before we get into the final, have a look at some of these player stats. So firstly, Saka, acknowledge the fact he's up to 89 rated and he bagged 20 goals in the league with 5 assists. Also got 5 in the Champions League as well. Sesko though, let's stop here for a second. He's up to 82. He only got 14 in the league, which for a 20-year-old is still a very good first season. But in the Champions League, he got 10 in 12 games. That's absolutely ridiculous. You can see how we're in the final when a 20-year-old is scoring 10 in 12 for us. It's absolutely ridiculous. And also, obviously, like I said, he's up to 82, which is really impressive. Ødegaard, 10 and 5 in the league, 3 and 6 in the Champions League. Just such a solid season. Sterling, still solid, even though a lot of them were off the bench towards the end. Marino, 9 and 4. Basically, every goal and assist was just spread around the team so much. Rice managed to get 11 assists in the league, which is so impressive. Kavica came in and dropped 5 goals in 2 games in the Champions League. Some were for us, some were for Napoli. And then in the league, played 3 games and got 5 goal involvements. What more could you possibly ask for? But have a look at some of these youngsters, man. Balde is up to 85 rated at 20 years old. That £62 million now seems like an absolute bargain. And like I've already shown you, Sesko up to 82 is an absolute joke. 6'5", 85 pace, 83 shooting. He's ridiculously good. He's ready to take the reins properly from Jesus, ready for next season. But there might not be a next season if we can beat Man City. If we win the double of the Premier League and the Champions League in first season, Arsenal have been rebuilt at that point. So there's nothing left to do but get into the Champions League final. As you can see, it is a new day. I needed to prepare myself for this final, and this is the lineup we're going in with. The left-hand side is a joke, the right-hand side's a joke, the middle's a joke, the team is a joke. But Man City's, there's one change. Can you notice it? Gavi is predicted to start left wing for them. Other than that, it's all the same players. But Gavi on the left wing could actually cause a few issues. You've now seen the teams. It's Champions League final time. If we win this, we've completed the challenge and it's all done. It's going to be so tough though. The Champions League is their biggest stage of them all. Can we step up and get our hands on it? Early doors now. Sesko's got the ball. He's turned. He's gone for a diag out to Kavica. It's a good touch into Ødegaard. Oh my God. Ødegaard has made it 1-0 in 12 minutes. Who would have thought Ødegaard would be scoring a header to give us the lead? What a ball from Kavica. What a ball from Sesko to Kavica. I can't believe it. We're 1-0 up in 12 minutes. They've not got an opportunity. They've given out wide. Rodri into Gavi. Saliba's coming across to cover Alvarez. Big challenge from Saliba. What? Don't be a booking. Okay, I think that's a bit harsh. I thought that was an excellent challenge from Saliba there. And from the resulting free kick, they've got an opportunity. Gvardiol, of all people, has come short. He's against Ben White now, and he's absolutely done, and there's loads in the box. He's gave it short. Oh my God, Saliba, can we get that clear? No, Rodri. Oh my God, we're playing with our luck now. And now from that corner, it could be another opportunity. They've put the ball in. We've managed. That's a great header there from Marino. Now Saka needs to hold it up. Nothing stupid. Oh no, we've tried a bit of skill there. That has not worked. Now it's Haaland from distance. Oh my God, Raya once again is saving us. They've gone long to Haaland. We need to stop that. Great work there. Marino's got it into Ødegaard. Saka is in space on that right wing. Can we find him? Lovely ball there. He needs to get that though. Oh, he's just about cut there, and he's done Gvardiol excellently and won a perfect free kick. 70 minutes in, great play from Saka. And that is game. It was such a quiet game after the first 30 minutes. All the chances came in the first half. And after that, the game really died down. Like a lot of Champions League finals do, to be fair. But that Ødegaard goal was the difference maker. A 1-0 win against Manchester City in the Champions League final. Which means, obviously, we are getting our hands on that trophy. We've won the Premier League. And now we've won the Champions League. The team have been a joke. The signings, Balde's 85 rated in one season. That's £62 million. absolute bargain. All the players have done their part. We've done our part. We've won the Champions League. We've won the Premier League. Arsenal have officially been rebuilt. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, turn on notifications. Let me know before FC25 comes out, what videos do you want to see? And more importantly, what team do you want to see rebuilt? But until next time, thanks for watching and goodbye.